Kurt though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome, I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm M. 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 I'm M. Who you with, Kurt dog? Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt dog. I'm M. Who you with, Kurt dog? Happy Thursday to y'all. Had a great day today. Boy, it's hotter than fish grease in Texas. It been a hot day. I see you. Marcella Smith is in the house early tonight. Now, you only come in early on Thursday night. So, hey, I'm not mad at you because you know my girl is in the back wing waiting to come in tonight. We're going to talk about Roe vs. Wade, Ahmaud Arbery update, and also Candace Owens. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. And someone asked the question the other day about the statistics of transgender being attacked in America. So we're going to hit on that tonight also. So hopefully y'all have your seatbelt on. Radio Chaos, welcome to the show. Thank you for always supporting it. Marcellus, I wish you had a microphone. I'd let you introduce it, but I'm gonna do it for you. Uh, so y'all already know what time it is. It's Thursday night, one of the best night on the show with my home girl, Miss Risky is in the house. What's going on, Miss Risky?
Yeah, nothing much. Just chilling and recuperating from today. Think somebody stole one of my 5-gallon water, sparklets water bottles.
Hmm. You sure it's not the little boy that was out there playing the
He's too.
drum?
Listen, that water bottle was bigger than him. It wouldn't have been him, and he would have
Oh,
been in school by the time it was taken.
oh. Also, you don't have your microphone on tonight. What's up?
Who?
Never mind. You sound good. Um, you sound good. So, um, I was saying you don't have your microphone on tonight.
I always do. It does. Is
Oh,
it not high enough,
no,
or is
I
it
can
not
hear
close
you.
enough?
I can hear you. I just
All
didn't
right.
see it. Oh, I'm used to seeing the other one. I forgot you got the fancy mic. Never mind. You ready to get this party started?
Yes.
I forgot about Anchor, so let me do that real quick. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I was
You know,
wondering about that. I was going to ask you about that. Have you? Did
I've
you?
been doing it. I've been doing it all week, and I guess I was just happy to see that you on the show. Marcella showed up early. I guess I was just
Hey, Marcellus, meet Erica.
you and that, huh?
Uh-huh. Threw on Erica today.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm not mad at you. Well, so yeah, you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm L. Who You With, Kurt Dog. Want to welcome everyone to the show on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, Twitch. D Live is always in the house, kicking it strong. And then we have Anchor FM. You can always go to Anchor FM and support the show. Just type in Speak on It with Who You With Kurt Dog, and subscribe to the show. It's only a small fee, $2.99 per month, and you can get it on different platforms. So definitely do that. Miss Risky, I know there's been a
Mhm.
lot in the news today. A lot of new laws came out, and we're gonna
Yeah,
hit on one in particular.
yeah,
Um,
one that affects me and other womankind. um, like I don't know why men are always in our uteruses, and I'm gonna show you this right quick, and then it'll tie into this story. Um, like someone posted this, like hold on, there's a different, yeah, there's a difference between a left and right tampon because it's L and R. And I was like, why are men always going through our things and leave our stuff alone, leave our bodies alone? So I'm gonna go into what just happened to us on the first yesterday. This is going to be a little bit of history and current events.
okay,
So let's see, a 19 so Roe versus Wade um, was a Supreme Court case in 1973 that affirmed that access to safe and legal abortion is a constitutional right. The Supreme Court issued a 7-2 decision ruling that the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution provides a right to privacy that protects a pregnant woman's right to choose whether or not to have an abortion. But it also ruled that this right is not absolute and must be balanced against the government's interest in protecting women's health and protecting prenatal life. The court resolved this balancing test by tying state regulation of abortion to 3 trimesters of pregnancy. During the first trimester, governments could not prohibit abortions at all. During the second trimester, governments could require reasonable health regulations. During the third trimester, abortions could be prohibited entirely, so long as the laws contained exceptions for cases when they were necessary to save the life of and or health of the mother. The court classified the right to choose to have an abortion as fundamental, which required courts to evaluate challenged abortion laws under the strict scrutiny standards, the highest level of judicial review in the United States. Even though the right to have an abortion is the law of the land, abortion is a right in name only for many people. State abortion restrictions, as well as federal policies like the Hyde Amendment, kept abortions out of reach for millions of people across the country, particularly communities that already face systematic barriers to healthcare, such as Black and Brown communities and those with low income. And now I mentioned Hyde Amendment. What that is, it's been in place since 1976. The Hyde Amendment has blocked federal Medicaid funding for abortion services. Since 1994, there have been 3 extremely narrow exceptions when continuing the pregnancy will endanger a patient's life, or when the pregnancy results from a rape or incest. This means Medicaid cannot cover abortions even when a patient's health is at risk or their doctor recommends they get an abortion. Basically, the Hyde Amendment is harmful to people with low income, people of color, young people, and immigrants who all disproportionately rely on Medicaid for their health care coverage. When insurance coverage provides for all pregnancy related health care except abortion, It interferes with the private health decisions that are best left to a patient, their doctor, and their family. It's also a dangerous and unfair policy that lets politicians interfere in people's personal health care decisions. This amendment bans using, like I said, federal Medicaid to cover almost all abortion, but does not limit states' ability to use its own funds to cover abortion. 15 states use their own funds to extend abortion coverage to low income Medicaid enrollees, although some of those states still make it difficult to access. In addition, 6 states extend abortion coverage under specific exceptions, such as when a patient's health is at risk. Places like Planned Parenthood and their 2.4 million patients are most affected by the Hyatt Amendment, but it directly hurts the 60% of Planned Parenthood patients who rely on public health programs like Medicaid for preventative and primary care. Um, it also, let's see, the Texas law banning most abortions went in effect Wednesday after Supreme Court did not respond to an emergency appeal to block its enforcement. The heartbeat law bars most abortions after as early as 6 weeks of pregnancy, when many women still have not discovered they are pregnant. It allows private citizens to file civil lawsuits against abortion providers. These petitioners said the law would essentially overturn the precedent set by Roe versus Wade, the landmark 1973 case that enshrined the right for women to choose to have an abortion. President Joe Biden, in a statement Wednesday, blasted the extreme law, saying it, quote, blatantly violates the constitutional right established under Roe versus Wade and upheld as president for nearly half a century, end quote. He also stated, quote, the Texas law will significantly impair women's access to health care they need, particularly for those communities of color and individuals with low incomes, end quote. And let's see, at this moment, any person can sue anyone who aids or abets an abortion that takes place in Texas after 6 weeks of pregnancy, which is when, like I said, more than 85% of abortions are performed. And this is pretty much a bid on us for people, a minimum of $10,000 plus attorney fees. So any person can sue a clinic that performs these abortions and obtain a court order to shut them down. And this $10,000 bounty can be placed on the heads of every individual who facilitates abortion, including friends, family members, counselors, even clergy who supports the patient's decision to terminate. Anyone who forms a mere intent to abet an abortion may be sued, even if they do not follow through. Texas devised a devious workaround to Roe by threatening abortion patients' entire support network with bankruptcy, and the Supreme Court let it happen. And this goes back to like the Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett. Both justices are significantly more conservative than their predecessors. In Barrett's case, the polar opposite. But both are comfortable with manipulating the court's procedures to reach radical results. At the same time, both justices excel in overruling precedents without acknowledging it. SCOTUS has already taken a case that will probably gut abortion rights by June 2022. But with this new law, Texas basically handed Kavanaugh and Barrett a gift. They could eviscerate Roe months earlier, or uh, yeah, they could eviscerate Roe months earlier without writing a single word. the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals basically did their dirty work by preventing a federal judge from blocking the ban or even holding a hearing on its constitutionality. All the justices had to do was nothing. SCOTUS has treated this case has treated case after case as an emergency in need of immediate resolution. It raced to block blue states' COVID restrictions. It ended the CDC's eviction moratorium in the midst of a Delta surge, and it continually cleared away lower court decisions blocking Donald Trump's extreme cutbacks on legal immigration. To the conservative justices, these policies qualified as an emergency. Texas abortion bans, it seems, does not. By refusing to lift a finger, the Supreme Court has telegraphed to the states that it does not view an illegal assault on abortion rights as pressing matters requiring immediate attention. It gave the green light to impatient red states that won't wait for SCOTUS to reverse the president. These states can pass blatant unconstitutional laws persuading far right judges not to block them and count on the Supreme Court to stay out of it. So now women are stuck with unwanted children due to, they could be stuck with unwanted children due to various reasons. And the burden is all on the woman. This law, I mean, is this law like going to start allowing women the right, for example, to claim funds as victim of crime, say if they were raped and had a baby? Will the state cover the prenatal and medical costs associated with it? Probably not.
Nah.
If there is a viable, father, say maybe she had a one night stand or, she has a regular, gets pregnant. Now that after 6 weeks, the baby got a heartbeat, it's technically a child. Uh, Technically, can she claim child support? I mean, because, for medical and, prenatal care. Like, if you're going to take those rights away from women, you need to penalize men as well. It should not, be 100% a burden on the woman. And I mean, at least cover half. So that's like, I wasn't going to do anything on this, but then I was just like, ugh, why are they always in our uteruses? Like, why? Why are men
Exactly.
in our business? Stop.
Exactly. Welcome to the show. T Cal is in the house. Always supporting the show. Thank you for always supporting. And she also said, exactly. I don't know how men or anyone is able to tell a woman they don't have a right to choose for their body, which is true. Which there's a lot of protest that is going on because of this new law, and because
But
of
here's
what
the scary thing about those protests. Remember now, open carry. And these protesters go out and all somebody has to say is, I felt threatened and they were in my face and it's gonna be like the OK Corral.
exactly. So it's definitely um something we have to be concerned about. So far, I haven't seen anyone open carry, which is good, but that don't mean anything here in Texas. Um, so uh, okay. Radio said the GOP should change their name to the American Taliban. You can actually sue people who help someone get an abortion, and also that law also include if you give someone a ride to
Yeah.
go get an
Anybody in your
abortion,
support system. Isn't that crazy?
any type of help. That's why I mentioned last night about uh, 2 nights ago about Uber and Lyft. If you picking somebody up, they going to the abortion center. Guess what? You could be sued too because you gave them a ride and you
Yeah, it's
just
gonna be
working.
like a modern day witch trials or witch hunt. Like
Exactly.
Salem witch hunt. It's like, let
So
me see. She look like she getting a little pudgy in the midsection, even though she may have just had a burrito, and then the following week, oh, she must have had an abortion. Where's my $10,000?
Yeah. And it's going to be a lot of people file lawsuits. Somebody can be going to work and they'll file a lawsuit telling me, I took her there. I seen her go in there. She
Well, if they
going to
took her
work.
there, they have no claim because they supported it. Why are you taking them?
I
But
seen her go
that's
in
probably gonna
there.
be a lot of that though. They're gonna shoot them their own self in the foot. I'm like, I drove her to the clinic. Where my 10,000? I'm reporting her. No, it goes for you too.
You sure that's your testimony? You drove her to the
Right.
clinic.
But
But
also, like, this is crazy because, like, the story we did recently where the 12-year-old was having some grown man's baby. Like, are we going, like, this is just ridiculous. Like, there's no way. And she's not even the youngest girl to give birth
no,
to a grown man's baby. So you're going to force these girls to go full term and have these babies that they're not capable of raising?
I remember growing up. I recall at one point it was at least I seen it on the news, a child that was like 8 years old that had a kid. And which is crazy, but do you force a child? Of
I mean,
course
that's
that's
what
a
they're doing.
child. That's a child, but would you force a child to have a baby that young? Of
And they
course
don't
they
even fully
cannot.
understand what's going on. Like, it's ridiculous. And you see it all the time. And I used to get notifications back in the day before Facebook changed their algorithms. Every time I turned around, it was some little kid under 12 having a baby or being forced to have a baby because the parents didn't know. They didn't realize they were pregnant. I'm not sure what the girls looked like. Maybe they were a little chubby, or maybe they just, they were so young they had that little pudge belly that most kids have, and they just totally missed it. But I'm just like, they don't find out until the children are due.
Yep.
Like they're having pains, and parent takes them to the doctor. Oh, your child just had a child, and now you got to investigate all the uncles and brothers in the household because who put that
And the
baby in there?
neighbors and
Yeah, right.
even the boyfriend or the husband. So you
Exactly.
gotta
And
look
so
at
that's a whole
everybody.
different thing. But now you're stuck with your child who has a child and she doesn't even understand what happens. And so now we're taking even, and I mean, not everything is that extreme, but you're also hampering, like, not everybody has insurance. Like when I was in college, I had to use places like Planned Parenthood just to get regular checkups because it was either, free services or, a small fee or small charge just to stay healthy, you know? And you start deregulating them and taking away their, people's access, people are just going to be sick and will they'll probably die from cancers that have gone missed, cervical cancers, ovarian cancers could go untreated or missed. Like you're just opening a whole can of worms when you start doing stuff like this.
Exactly. And it was we did a story either this year or last year where older brother um it was somewhere up in the Midwest ended up getting his sister pregnant or something.
Oh wait, yeah, it was like one of them. No, it wasn't Pennsylvania. No, it was Pennsylvania.
It
Weren't they
may
like
be.
Amish? They were
Yeah,
Amish.
they was Amish.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
and yeah, because it was a sister, and she was like, what was she like? Maybe 13, 14,
13, 14.
somewhere around there. I remember that story.
And I think it was I think he had got another one pregnant, or it could have been her second child or something. Either way, it was crazy. She was a baby,
Right.
and her older brother ended up sleeping with her and someone else. And I think they had charged them. Reason why
Okay.
we got the story.
Yeah, because I was looking at it. Because I was trying to. I was like, as brothers. So it was both her brothers who raped her. That's what it was.
Mm.
Uh, these fine young citizens. with the lovely haircuts,
Yeah,
self done haircuts.
but the eyes say a whole bunch though.
Listen, serial killer, like they're dead eyes, and these are
Uh,
grown men. So let's see. They admitted to having sex with her at 12, and then she ended up pregnant by 13, and said that that four of her brothers, two of them had also had minors, um, had been having sex with her. So pretty much all the brothers.
and how old
They
are the
said they were
bro?
younger. See, two oldest, Aaron Schwartz, 22, then Petey's 18. Yeah, it doesn't say how old the other two brothers are. They just say they were younger.
And was it in
So I guess
Pennsylvania?
because they're maybe like maybe under 15, maybe they're just like, mm. So I don't know what the rules are when it comes to underage sex and rape. Like I don't know, it's just weird. But yeah, this story was in a New York Post, September 25th, 2020.
Man,
I
time goes
don't know
by
if there's an
quick.
update on that. Let me
I was just
Google
thinking
his
that was
name.
just I was thinking that was just a couple of months ago, but we did it back in September,
Of 2020.
a year ago. Time is flying. Um,
Listen, August. Did we even have an August?
hey, don't say
Does
that too
anybody
loud.
remember August?
Don't say that too loud. Hell, I remember it because it's hot outside.
Like I remember taking my niece the school, and that's about it. And now it's September.
Radio said they claim to be pro-life, but don't care about gun violence, people who died in the pandemic, and don't like free healthcare.
No, and they just I just sent you a story. A Texas school closed
Oh yeah, in
because
Sulphur
two,
Spring.
yeah,
No, no, not Sulphur Spring. That's a Walmart that just closed today at 2 p.m. in Sulphur Spring and going to be closed until Saturday due to um, the protocol of COVID.
yeah. I mean, COVID is no joke. So they don't care if you wear a mask in Texas. Clearly, they just don't. You know what? Hot Wheels just don't like Texans. He really don't, or black people. But he really like he's sending all these kids to school, mask optional. People are getting sick left and right. I know some people in my circle whose one her daughter is recovering from COVID. Lots of kids in her school up north, they're in McKinney, have been out or missing through school, and nobody's reporting whether they're COVID cases. And there's like it's more and more kids are taken off because they're getting sick and infected with COVID.
Yeah,
I don't
and I
understand.
went
Like,
I went to look at the story um, um, that you said you sent me on Instagram a while ago, which I didn't get a chance to look at. But when I opened up Instagram, Dietrich had it just tweet just sent out a Instagram 42 minutes ago that he tested positive for COVID, and he's asking for the prayer warriors to send one up for him and his family. Um, so it doesn't make a
'cause-
difference who you are. So, and actually,
yeah, because I think the school is in Connolly Independent School District is the one that
that's
they
near
tested.
Austin, right? Is it?
I don't know.
I know I read some of
District
this book.
serves Lacey, Lakeview, and Waco, so it's
Yeah,
somewhere over there.
Waco and before you get to Austin, somewhere near there. Yeah, it's
Yeah, because it's
crazy.
off. Austin's further down.
Yeah.
Um,
So you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I mean, I'm Who You With Kurt Dog. Y'all know what time it is. It's Thursday night. My homegirl, Miss Risky, is in the house with Erica on tonight.
as in,
Don't do it like this. Do it like Trump head real quick. Just one time.
no,
Shake it.
Yeah. How
Mess
dare
around,
you bring him up in my presence?
mess around and fly
Trying to
off.
let my soul glow, and you're ruining it.
What you are listening to Speak On with Who You With Kurt Dog. Uh, no matter which platform you are on, please like, share, uh, subscribe to the channel. We're also doing shows on Anchor FM as we're doing our live shows. So you can also subscribe and take it on the road with you. If you want to go like me, you can listen to it anywhere. We're on 7 different platforms, so you can always go with Anchor.fm and also uh, just pull it up. Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Though. Click the subscribe button, and you can catch all the shows on there. And we have some big things coming up this year, so you definitely want to be a part of it. Some things I'll be doing just strictly for Anchor, so definitely be a part of it and support the show. That's all we ask. Support the show. So
And help us get
um
these numbers up, because I plan on doing some giveaways, but we need to get those numbers up.
exactly.
I
We
don't want
need
to tease you, but there may be some cool gifts in the works.
I think we've talked what the last 3 days. Well, we done talked this week than we have in a while. So, which that's not bad, but we working on some stuff. We working on some stuff. Just say we in the lab. We working on some things um, in the lab, and uh, it's going to be benefit um, for everyone in the future. Marcella said, "Hey, hit the share and like." Hit the share and like button. This is a show for everyone, regardless of who you support, don't support. As Marcella Smith said, it's the people show. Um, so definitely, when you come here, everybody's family. Only rules we have: be respectful, come with truth, no conspiracy, come with the truth, and we'll be good. Everything will be okay. Um, so Uh, we're actually still broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, D Live, and also Anchor FM. So if you're on Anchor FM, click the subscribe button. $2.99. You spend more than that getting a Happy Meal one time, but you
I
can get
mean,
it
that's
for a
enough
whole
to
month.
get some medium fry at McDonald's.
Exactly. So Okay, we're back. You are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt. Though I seen this story earlier, and it actually kind of go into part. What's going on, my mic? Go into the same part as what you was talking about the pandemic. Um, we we know who she is, and she's not a huge fan in most of the black community. Hell, be honest, in most of the community, uh, except for the Trumpsters. So Candice Owens, she playing the victim here, and because she was actually denied a COVID test today in Aspen, Colorado. Um, and
But last
the
month, didn't she say that it was pure evil,
Well,
the vaccine?
allegedly
And
she did. She's anti uh, vax, and she also anti mask. So here it is. We have these healthcare workers that are on the front line fighting this invisible war that, and they having to witness a lot of people dying or holding their iPad for they can say their goodbyes to their family. Now, She been doing this for the longest, this conspiracy theory, for the longest about this virus. But kind of find out, she said she've had over 50 tests since last year. Um, because she travels a lot, she get the test. If you feel that good about that this virus is a conspiracy, why are you getting tested?
Right. Like if you're so against it, even if it's like you have no choice to get it in the workplace to travel, whatever, because she travels a lot.
Yeah.
And before, we could actually travel to different locations, you had to, have a negative test or be tested to get back in the US. So, you know, sh- if you're so against it, why even get tested? Like, I'm surprised she didn't rant and rave and, put her title and 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 say, well, I can't, it goes against my right. So I don't know. That woman, she's so
Well,
backwards.
she playing the victim, and then people telling her, "Oh, they should you should sue them for discriminating against a black woman." It have nothing to do with race. It's the fact that this woman have talked about uh the vaccine, talked about the
Yep.
virus, talked about not against mass mandates and all of that, which is her rights. It's her rights. But at the same time, why are you getting tested all this time?
And now why are you all of a sudden wanting to, she's just so backwards. I just cannot with her.
Exactly. And then her in one statement she made, "Oh, when my husband got the virus, I was right next to him the whole time. It was nothing worse than a chest cold and all of it." I'm like, woman, go on way back there in the back.
To
Back
the
on the
left.
out. Oh, to the left too.
To the
Yeah, to the
left.
left and go out there.
56 rows back.
Yeah, and lay down. Don't sit down. Lay down like they told that woman the other day with that bison. Play that. Go back there and lay down and talk to somebody who cares. Because to be honest with you, I don't care about you. I'm like this. I'm to the point now. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. You want to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. That's your life.
Right. And
But
don't be mad when things get shut down and businesses close because everybody's sick and we don't have enough workers to do certain things, because you didn't do your part. Patient zero. Like, I don't
or
want to hear not one word.
or if you mess around and uh, some your family members have to put up a GoFundMe account for your medical treatment or whatever, it's my choice. If I want to put my hard-earned money to it, and to be honest with you, I
Yeah.
choose not to.
I wonder what her stance is on this abortion bill. I wonder what her opinion is about this.
Yeah, I wonder because she's a new
Like
mother.
she would be like I watched was The Handmaid Tales. I think if we were to revert to those times, she would be Aunt Lydia. And anybody who watches that show, they know who Aunt Lydia is. She's like the person who is like the den mother, and she enforces all these backwards rules just to make put herself in a higher standing with the men folk and be respected. She would do anything uh, and degrade her own family just to make sure she's gotten everybody in line because that's what the
Well,
law says. I bet you she would be an Aunt Lydia. Yeah, I said
now,
it, Candace. And
now also she's supposed to be in Texas last weekend, but it came out that she felt ill,
mm,
and that's when the rumor started that she possibly had COVID.
Oh, I'm sure she does. And then she probably got the bird flu and H1N1. She got all of them just because I speaking it to existence. I hope she recovers, but I just want her to feel something of everything. Just as a is that
Hey,
bad?
yeah, that's that.
Like I
I
don't want
don't.
her to
I don't.
be like gravely ill, but I wanted to mess up, her weekend. At least maybe 2 weekends.
I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. Because
Nothing
comments
bad,
my
just feel bad. I mean, serve her right.
make her say, hmm. Um, so if Marcella said, I know we're not finna talk about that outrageous Candace Owens. Radio came back and said, I guess Candace needed some attention. Is she really like this, or is she just playing a character? I don't know the woman personally.
Yeah, I
I,
don't.
I do remember years ago she did file a lawsuit against what was that lawsuit for? Discrimination or something at a school or some it was something.
Yeah.
I don't know right offhand, but she did file a lawsuit and it was dealing with something with race issues, if I'm not mistaken. So but now she talk about this race theory is all a joke. I'm like, hey. And one article I read, they talked about she talked about the the publisher of her book because they said it wasn't a good book, but y'all published it. I guess their money wasn't right. Um, but
I mean, I wonder why didn't it sell? Most people like coloring books.
oh, she did. Marcella said she made a video the other day telling parents to take their kids out of school.
And then what? Like parents got to work.
Somebody got to work, and Marcella said you was horrible, Miss Frisky. That's horrible.
Me?
That's
I was just
horrible.
saying. I mean, I say I want to hospitalize with, just her and Hot Wheels. I just need them to get a little. We need a medic. Medic. We need a medic.
Oh, see, I'm gonna put you on the list with radio and all aboard and TCAP. It's certain things I cannot do with y'all because
What?
you
I was
said
just
something
saying.
when I was drinking earlier. You said something almost choking. Then now you bringing up Hot Wheel. I'm like, where's this coming from? The soul. Okay, I'm done. But hey, um, okay. Whew. I should have got a drink tonight, but it's too hot to drink.
I know. I was gonna do some wine, but I don't know.
It's too hot.
I had to do a lot of things. Like I had to, like I said, came home and I was one bottle of water short. I wasn't supposed to go in today, and so I'm usually home for deliveries. So and then whatever water service I use, they're closed, and you have to send an email. And they're like, "We'll get back to you in 5 to 7 days." What?
Yeah, you're gonna see somebody walking around outside with a big cup of water, talking about, "Oh, this water sure is good." Your water
Well, they're
tastes like
probably
this.
or I don't know. Like it's just crazy. But oh, so I get home Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday because I was dog tired and we had a hard payroll. It was challenging. So I get home and I see my neighbor and he's like making a beeline towards me. And I'm like, that's weird.
Oh
Usually he just
Lord,
says hi. And I'm like, all right. And then he goes, oh, hey, do you mind if I borrow your electricity?
what the hell? How you gonna give it back to me?
And so I look and there's a cord on my patio going to this car. They were vacuuming out a car, I
I
guess.
don't give a damn.
And I was like, Like I couldn't process it. Like I've never been at like in all my years. Like I don't even know how to respond to that. We have a comeback for everything, but that was so random and just like, and I was tired, and I was like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, we just needed to use it. You don't? Do you mind? What? You're already using it. Like,
So you telling me I'm trying to get this right? They jump your patio,
no, it's just open. That's one thing I hate about my apartments. I hate because the
but
patio is
still,
open, so there's no fence. It's just you walk out to outside.
see, you
It's like a
needed for me
porch.
to you needed for me to respond to it. Cause once I
Really?
seen that extension cord, I would have went up there and yanked it down and kept walking and told him that's your answer.
Like, but it's like now I'm just like, how long has this been going on?
Yeah,
Like, I've been
because
checking my
they done
bill,
it
and
before.
I'm like, yeah, because I was like those times where I'm checking my bill, and I'm like,
Why the hell
who's
my
all
bill
living
going
here?
up?
Because usually it's here, and now it's here. So now I'm like, because like I don't listen. I'm gonna have to start charging, and then I'm gonna have to check my camera because I have a camera facing the carport, so I don't know if I'll be able to see them if they came around to manipulate my electricity. I don't know.
Hell, he asked you, so you know he's stealing.
Yeah. So yeah, all these things just in my head. I'm like, how long has this been going on? He probably has my water bottle. He got the nerve to have a ring camera on his door.
You
Like,
so
let me see the
lucky.
seal. Let me see it. Because the delivery was at this time, and I know for a fact, it's a scientific fact, that Amazon, because they left my package, they took a picture of it. There were two bottles. So between the time I left from 11:30 till the time I got that alert, you over there taking my stuff.
You're so lucky.
What? How was I lucky?
I wish, I wish, I can't even say what I want to say. I wish a person would come and
Like
ask if
it's
they could borrow some
so
electricity.
random. Yeah, like it's random. Like what?
I wish,
Well, by the time
ooh,
I got up, walked from my car to the thing, they were done, and
it
when
don't
his work was
matter.
like, so it was like I wouldn't have been able to unplug it. Like he was already. But I'm just like, how long has this been going on?
When he asked me, I would have came up, would have walked. If I seen the extension cord coming from my patio, I would have walked up and snatched it out. I don't care if it was
Right.
on your
So, like I
life
said,
life
I wasn't even
support.
near it at the, like I could see it in the distance because where my carport is in my car in my apartment, it's a walk. So by the time I got to it, like they beat me to it. But like
They
when
better
I just don't know.
they
And I
better
know
hope
it's when I'm on the days where I'm working.
they better
Clearly.
hope it ain't on the life support machine because somebody finna go up to the upper room because
No, it was literally like no, because I saw it. It was like they were cleaning out the car or something. It was like a vacuum or something. I don't know how much
yeah,
electricity
they could
that
have.
uses. So if somebody knows anything about electricity, let me know. There'll be a spike.
Man, forget that. It would have been.
Like just so random.
I would have.
Like
I
it's
would.
almost like you say you would do that, but it's like it's so random. Like
The
it's like
hell?
this. Like I remember one time somebody licked my face, and it's like
What?
between the
Hold on. Hold on.
blade
Hold on.
and
Hold
my
on. Hold on.
body just couldn't sync up.
Hold on. Somebody did what now?
Okay, so back in the day, I was dating one of these. Been a minute, and we were just sitting in a theater. So we've been dating a while. And then he just had this look on his face like he was up to something, like that snicker that George Bush does. That I'm like, what is wrong with you? He leans over, he licks my face, and he goes, I just want to see if you tasted like chocolate. And I think I stroked out because, like I said, what I wanted to do in my brain wasn't syncing up. like I was like malfunction. It's like I was like he broke me. Like there's no response.
Who is
Like
that? Is it Jeffrey Dahmer?
he probably was.
He trying to see if I dice her up. Uh, see, I cannot read radio stuff. If
Like
I dice
radio.
her up, I want to make sure she tastes right.
But
Um,
again, like I said, we've been dating for a minute, so like it was just so random. And I was just like, that's when you reevaluate. You're like, maybe dating outside ain't for me. Mm. Like, because again, there's like, how you grow up and you know what you're gonna do in certain situations. We weren't trained in these situations because it was just like so far left that I couldn't even process it. I don't even think I don't even remember the movie we watched. Like, I think I just sat there like, who just licked my face? Do I need
probably
to punch
one.
him in the face?
Probably was one of those zombie movies where they was eating
No,
folks.
no, no. It's probably like Harry Potter or something mystical.
Oh,
I don't know,
I would have been knocked out. Would have been.
or Jedi. I have no idea. It's one of them, one of those movies,
So
probably.
so a couple of comments came in. Radio said you didn't have a free sign saying it's free electricity. People are bold. Marcella said these
Very
people are brave today. I would have unplugged it. I would have had unplugged it. Then I would have told them, look, you're the reason why my electricity is spiking.
right.
I need my money. Run my papers right now.
Give
uh,
me my with the baby powder.
it's like go in there and get your Vaseline, come out, putting it on your face,
Start stretching.
popping your neck, have your tennis shoes on, and they be like, what's
Oh
going
no, I
on?
can do a
What's she
lot in
finna
flip
do?
flops. Matter of fact, I can use my flip flops to smack somebody.
What's she finna do? About to get that money out your ass. um, Radio
Okay.
wanna ask the question. You dated a face slicker?
Listen, apparently,
Yeah. Wait a minute, then he's gonna say maybe he was going through a transitional phase.
I mean, transitional for what? Dahmer?
Yeah, probably so.
Like,
Yeah.
let me see what flesh tastes like.
Talking about, I just want to see if my dad, allegedly my dad, Jeffrey Dahmer, is right about dark meat. If it tastes good.
Like, for real. Like, oh my goodness.
So yeah, that's some
One of those
crazy.
situations where it's like, yeah, I think I'm his first black woman.
Yeah,
Mister,
you
I'm,
would have
like,
you
yeah.
would have been the last one too.
It's funny.
You would have been the last one
But
because
he was quite entertaining.
hmm.
Like I said, we dated for a minute.
How long did y'all date after that? Oh, I
Well,
see. You know what? Radio asked the same question at the same time.
well, no, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we had dated for a while. Like, we were like probably 2 years in.
But how long after the face licking
It was
incident?
probably year 3.
Oh hell no!
Like, we were together on and off for 6 years.
You patient. You
Well,
very patient.
he was just, it was just random.
No,
But
you
I'm like,
patient.
listen, of all the things, that wasn't the strangest thing, huh? What?
Yeah, all right. He would have started serving you some unknown meat. Talking about, oh, this is a chocolate country. Don't ask me to say that again.
I didn't even understand what you said the first time.
I didn't
But
either.
of all the other places his tongue's been, whatever. That was the least weird. Like, you didn't hear
No,
that, mother.
wait a minute. What you say?
Huh?
So I'm gonna have to replay the tape, huh? So Marcella said he went Marvin Seas on you. He's a candy lick. That wasn't no candy he was licking.
Hey, I am hot chocolate. He couldn't
Okay.
resist. But Let's taste the strange.
You know what you're talking about. Thank God you didn't date during COVID.
Listen, it was well before anything. N1, H1, N1. It was before all that.
Yeah, that
Mercedes. Just saying. Hey, I'm keeping it real.
exactly. I find out something new all the time about you. I didn't know you dated a face licker.
He was the Navy dude.
I know who you're talking about because he recently contacted you last year or something, didn't
I think it was like, yeah, last year, a few years ago, like he sent me a LinkedIn request, and I was like,
he? Uh-oh.
no, bye.
Marcella's
See,
getting
they always
away.
circle back, Marcellus.
Hey,
And I have to swat them away. Like, no, been there, done that. Bye, next.
he trying to fulfill that dream he had.
He has a
Um,
craving for the dark chocolate, sexual chocolate.
wait a minute, I dated a John like she used to. Oh, I had to read what you were saying at first. I thought you was doing something like Trick Daddy or something.
Oh gosh.
I had to read what he said first.
Now the Trick Daddy thing, can we go visit that? Like, I mean, this man is not a Shamar Moore. And even Shamar Moore, like I'd be like, you want me to do what? It's like I need you to take two, I need you to take a bath, and then I need you to shower off, and then I need you to douche, and I need you to use wet wipes, and then I need you to, use some Listerine. And then I still think like, is it worth me like getting the fecals meningitis? I don't know. Like, and because men aren't that clean like in life. Like you got
Oh,
dingleberries, you
oh,
got ain't no like nobody like, and then it's Trick Daddy. Like, have you seen his face? Like, who is doing this to him? I need to see there's probably Candace Owens, but no,
allegedly Candice Owens.
I need to see these women. I got questions.
Well,
Like, because I look at him and I'm like, oh no, no, no.
well,
Like,
the
and then I go back to that. What was it? It wasn't even Scare Straight. It was before Scare Straight. It was an HBO special, and he was talking about tossing the salad, and he liked to put jelly up in there.
oh.
Listen, I was probably 7 or 8 when I saw that. Scarred me for life, even to this day. I remember that.
I remember that scene too because he said it's a different when you.
And I found it on YouTube because I was like, when? Like, I thought it was my imagination. I was like, but why would my imagination start talking about tossing salads with jelly in it?
It's a
Like,
you know
I'm creative,
you
but not that creative.
uh, yeah
So
that's
radio, I wonder if she had date, put jams in various places like that man in Scared Straight.
hey that dude said when you eating eating a butt you know it you can't deny it you
Right.
can't deny it at all.
I need to see if it's still in my playlist. So I need y'all to be scarred for life with me because the whole thing, I was like, I haven't seen the whole thing since I was a kid, but that scene, I had to look it up.
uh, Marcellus had a
Okay,
question for you.
what was the question, Marcel?
I ain't worried. I know I can't compete with with the face liquor. I think Marcellus he kind of torn. Um, he's trapped. That's,
Oh yeah, I found it.
that dude was serious about it though.
Hold on, let me see. Can
I want him to suck my ass with jelly.
Can y'all hear
They
that?
call it toss the salad. That's the slang word, toss the salad. It means sucking my ass, right? With jelly or without jelly. Some people use syrup. I prefer a guy to use jelly, right? I will reach my climax, right? I will automatically get hard, right? I will, come automatically if he's sucking my ass for about 10 minutes or longer, right? It's a sensation feeling, and it makes you feel real good. Most all gays do that. You know what I'm saying? Like guys suck their
And then
ass.
look how he looks.
Right? But the only difference is it's not a pussy, right? It's clean. The person is decent, and the person know that that's an asshole. But in mind, he would be.
Yeah. It just goes on, and it's just like you just watch it and you cringe because he had a whole thing. There's a whole thing, but for 10 minutes, like, listen. Unless I'm watching TV, there's nothing I can really do without like the ADD kicking in.
I'm gonna say
Unless you look at my cheek, I don't know.
you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt. No, if you just now tuning in, it's Thursday night. I think we need to change Thursday night to uncut, raw,
No, we don't.
uncut. But we might have to do some other shit. I don't know. We might do something like that on. I don't know. I've been thinking about doing some stuff on Anchor after hours. So I don't know. But yeah, Trick Daddy. Hey, do you?
And
Each
he
his
did
own.
with that jelly.
Each his own. But I seen the clip of the videotape and of them talking about it. And the guy asked to say was, "Do you sit up there with your legs just spread them?" He said, "Hell, sometimes I do." I said, "Okay, do
Right,
you?"
but still, did y'all see what he looked like? Like, who is like, yeah, I'll be all up in there.
You know, they say all the time people would do strange things for a little change.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks. Apparently, he
So,
getting that jelly all up in there.
but hey, you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. Hopefully, y'all enjoying tonight. We still have some more coming up here shortly. We're going to talk about a couple of stories that is going to be very interesting. So definitely continue to listen. Um, we're going to also run through some of the comments. Um, so hopefully we can um, get these other two stories out. Marcella's talking about Trick Daddy. Yeah, they don't call him a trick for nothing.
Clearly.
uh,
Oh, that takes me to another show I watched with the tricks. I'll tell you that later.
oh Lord, yeah, we
Cable
might
ruins minds, man.
we might need it.
Yeah, we made.
We may need to take this to Anchor.fm because we got flagged last week.
Did we?
Yeah, we
Forget what
got
I do.
flagged. We got flagged when we was talking about R. Kelly,
Uh-huh.
and also when I played Come a Chameleon Young,
Oh,
got
yeah, we
flagged
did
on that
play some
by
stuff.
face. We only got flagged by Boy George. That's the only one that flagged us.
Oh, you
Hell,
probably didn't know the other songs, especially the ones I was playing.
hell, the thing is, with Boy George, he ain't doing much today.
We did a little thing here and there, but over
Yeah,
there.
but he ought to be happy. Somebody playing his music
Hmm.
and getting credit for it.
Hold on, let me send him a message on Instagram right now. Why are you blocking us, Joe?
I don't know if it was him, but that's the only
No.
song we got flagged for.
Oh,
And
okay.
then when we talked about R. Kelly, and I'm like, hey, we're only giving the truth of what came out in court. I
Right, we're
played.
just telling what's in the news.
Neither one of us was in any of those videos. um, we didn't pee on nobody, and nobody. We didn't see nobody peeing on
I'm gonna
the
pee on you. I like
What are you drinking tonight?
water.
With what? Because I know
Water.
some people drink vodka and water. I just can't do vodka
No,
and water.
no, it has to be sparkling if I'm gonna do vodka.
I don't
But
really
no,
like. I really don't like sparkly. Um,
well, that's what I drink to not drink beer. Because as a child, I drank sparkling or mineral water, and I would pretend like it was beer.
oh,
So now it's just like it's not the best tasting thing, but I like it.
oh, okay. Um, ooh wee. Yeah, you threw me for a loop on that one. You are watching or listening to Speak on It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I am Who You With Kurt Dog. We talked about a little bit of Trick Daddy because he has some tricks in his bags. And I'm not mad at
Or up in
him.
his bag.
Hey, you do you. That's all
Right,
I'm
and
saying.
that's what he's doing, living his best life.
Radio talking about I'm bored. That would never occur to me to do that. Marcella's talking about a change it to Friday and call it Freaky Friday. See, we are working out some details for in the future. So some things that we kind of get blocked on with Facebook and YouTube. That's why it's best to go to Anchor. So subscribe to the channel. You might hear some things that might be like, "Ooh, y'all are raw." Or Kurt, dog, you get radio trying to commit suicide or something? Walking mad, dog. Nah.
Mm,
Mad dog by itself is bad.
I don't think
But
I've
you
ever
had
had that.
with
But I've had what's that thing they do with the Red Bull? Is it vodka and Red Bull?
something like that.
I don't
The
know.
upper and the
It
downer just don't go good.
it's just disgusting. Blech. It's like what a waste of good vodka.
The guy in the police chase, I was just impressed with his multitasking skill. What police chase?
Yeah, we've had so many. What police chase?
Yeah, which one you talking about? Not sure which one he's talking about. Marcella said a lot of laugh has kids when they said salad toast. And I'm like, why throw your salad in there?
Oh, it was all up in the air with some jelly.
Now the salad it's up in the air and then it moves around. It twerks a little bit.
Right.
So I'm
So
just saying.
going back to the trick. So I was writing, I think my second novel. I leave the television on for pretty much background noise. I never know what's on. Well, if you leave it on a cable channel, it switches to, from family shows to raunch. And so all of a sudden I just hear, you gotta trick the trick. And I'm looking. It was I think it's Hookers and Johns is what the reality show was. It basically was a reality show that followed hookers. And this one was an old school woman, and she was teaching the younger generation how to get the money more effectively. And she's like, what you got to do? You got to trick the trick. They called us a trick for a reason. Like all these men, they want you to deep throat them and do all this stuff. No, you got to trick the trick. The key is you use your hand and you don't go all the way down. It's just head work. You just do a lot of head work. You trick the trick. And I will never forget her blonde hair and I was like, so I didn't do any more writing that night. And I was like, do tell.
You are listening to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt. Dog.
I will send you that link too. That's hilarious.
Y'all may want to put the kids to bed tonight or do something.
The kids are on TikTok. They ain't watching this. Like it's pretty much she was saying you giving them a hand job and just doing all that, but it was hilarious. I'm gonna see if I can find that clip because it was because she was old school lady.
Hold on. I think we need to change Thursday night to something. I don't know what, but we need to change the name of it. Uh,
Yeah, but we don't do all like.
so
I think
radio
like
said the guy that cut off his junk and threw it out the window while being chased by the cops. Was I haven't heard about that one.
mm-mm.
Uh, I think he would have crashed because you done cut yourself up and then throw it out the window. I guess
Mhm.
he guess I'm gonna leave that one alone because we still have two more stories we need to talk about. Whew. Uh, yeah, the story. I don't know what to say. Oh, it said it happened in Tennessee. I'm gonna have to pull. How long ago was that? I'm gonna have to pull that up. Wait a minute. I think I remember something like that not too long ago.
Clearly, he
Last
was
year.
on something.
Yeah, he had been on something. Kind of like the meth head that allegedly meth head that left a message on YouTube. I
So I'm
couldn't
just looking up that quote, like, because I'm trying to look for that scene, and
today. Hold on.
I've just gone through the rabbit hole. I'm seeing things that I shouldn't be looking at.
Mm-mm.
That is
I,
not. I didn't think they had that on here. Uh, Let me change my search options.
now, uh, be careful with the videos because we don't want to get flagged.
I know. Like,
The radio said that happened today. Um, so I'm trying to pull it up. If you're just not tuning in to who you with Kurt Dawg, sometimes things come across and um, we just have to verify stuff. Yeah, it's definitely on there. Um, I see one that said 5 days ago. I don't know how true it is, but look like everybody else picked it up today. But one person reported. Let me see if it's the same incident. Um, and it happened in Tennessee. Wait a minute. I hate when they do it. I'm not signing up for your stuff.
I hate that.
Uh, try to get you signed up for it. Let me find. Yeah, excuse me. Oh, let's try this one. Um,
Oh, I think I found it. Tyson. Oh, what's this? Tyson Gilbert. Let's see.
um,
Man, 39, cut off
yeah,
his penis and threw it out a car window while he was being chased by police. Says he heard voices on the radio telling him it would save the world. That's him.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's him.
his, and it looked like he was hemmed up. Look at his shirt. It's all like somebody hemmed him up.
Now, well, yeah, the shirt is kind of torn, but he also have his mask that have TN on it for Tennessee. Probably Tennessee correction. Um,
Or maybe because I'm looking at the bigger shot, maybe it was a face mask.
yeah,
Because
he have a
now, like if
mask
you
on
look at the
mask.
bigger picture, it looks like it's just around his neck. But in the smaller picture, it looked like he was hemmed up.
And this came out today, so radio was right. I
Let's
seen one
see.
that came out 5 days ago, but they want me to subscribe to them. I'm not paying for that. Yeah, Tyson Gilbert, 39, reportedly told him that the radio will save the world. Just chop it off. It's not being used no
I don't know
way.
why Michael Jackson popped in my head. Heal the world, make it right. Like it started playing in my head.
And then Marcella's gonna say, "Hey, cut your thing," and the world would be saved. Probably saved because
He doesn't
he
listen. He don't
probably
need to
using it
have
up
any
one.
children.
Well, maybe what I, I would imagine. I don't know for sure. I wasn't there, but I would assume he knew he was finna go to jail or prison, whatever, and he heard in his voice, "I better cut it off. I got to get prepared for it."
Get
So,
prepared for what? Like you,
bit bubble,
like you don't. Yeah, but
bit
boy,
bubble.
I cut your penis. They ain't going that route. They're throwing jelly in your booty hole. They don't care about that. They don't care about the
No.
front.
So, um, he
But
had
I'm still
led.
trying. Like, how did like what? I need to know. Was he on something? Because you can't just whack your.
Okay, did you see that face? He's on something. Look at those eyes.
I mean, he's in shock because his penis is cut off. That's
So
psychosis for you. So, but
I'm
still, like at some like I don't know. What like that was like like I just don't know because it had to have been hardcore drugs, but he wouldn't have like be that alert. Like it was like something that would keep you numb or
hold
whatever.
on, hold
But I'm
on.
not a druggie, so I don't know.
He didn't do it during the chase. So I'm gonna read this story because I glanced through it. So um, Tyson Gilbert, 39, from Cookville,
But it said,
Fulton
I mean,
County,
so
Tennessee. Hold on. Lead police officer in a wild car chase on Highway 70 through two counties during a raid on I-40 Wednesday morning. A Tennessee highway patrolman first saw Gilbert amputate himself when he saw a man driving naked, covered in blood.
so he mutilated himself that
Before the
day.
chase,
Yeah, but still, he did it and was seen cutting off his ding dong, and he was able to function and drive a car in the chase. Like, what kind of drugs are those?
they said
Like,
they don't even know if it was recovered for reattachment. So he
see,
just,
this is why we need some better mental health care
yeah.
because I mean, he's been charged before for different things. He, has stolen cars before. He's uh,
I
whatever.
want I want to know more about his background because
I know he
this,
probably listen. That's a rabbit hole you probably don't want to go into. You probably
yeah,
start seeing pentagrams and goat men. Like,
I can't with you. Not tonight. I know we got several comments that popped up. Marcella said, "Hey, cut your thing, and the world would be healed." Yeah, let me know how that worked out for him. That's impressive to drive and do that while being chased. um, wonder what the cop reaction was.
he probably was like, I don't get paid enough for this. Because I've heard some stories about them catching people in some precarious situations, and they're like, you know what? Like this one dude. So somebody's outside my window talking, but no,
I'm like, is somebody?
yeah,
I heard a dog earlier.
yeah, they're probably walking. I'm telling, it's an open patio, like it's just people right there. But anyway, so this officer, and I want to say it was Fort Worth, saw got a report the man was having fun with himself in a car in front, yard, so people were seeing it. He gets there and he said the man was covered in Vaseline and was being one with his stick shift. And he just looked at it. He's like, I'm not. No,
You
get in the
go ahead
house.
and leave.
Right? He was like, just go in the house because he was like, first off, like if he runs, he's slathered in Vaseline or KY or something. He's like, I can't grab him. And what do I look like wrestling a naked man on a lawn and he's all
With
greased up?
Vaseline. With Vaseline.
And he was like, you know what? No, go in the house.
You
Don't
know,
do this no more.
when I first started driving trucks, um, I used to see a lot of weird stuff driving down the highway. I used to see a lot of weird stuff. I was like, okay, interesting. Yeah,
Sometimes you just gotta smile and nod. You're like, okay.
exactly. And sometimes they will slow
Maybe
down.
do one of those. Be like, did I see
Oh
you?
no,
Okay.
they will slow down sometime on the side of the truck. Make sure you seen them.
I remember when I was in college, sometimes I would miss the second bus, connecting bus, transfer it, and I just start walking. Because it was usually I usually made it home before the bus came around.
Mm.
So on the street, it's not a good area. Illinois and Beckley, a lot of hotels there, 2 for 10s.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Linfield?
So huh?
No, never
I
mind.
live
Oh,
on Overton and Beck. Yeah, I was still in that
oh,
area,
you
but
was on that
Illinois. No, where was it?
end.
Yeah, it was Overton and Beckley. So Illinois and Beckley was the street I would walk down or something. And that's 7-Eleven and walk down. It's hotels, lots of random cars here and there tucked away. And I kid you not, there was this man in a Cadillac, old school dude, little pimp hat. And then I was like, looking, I was like,
Nigga.
I caught something and it didn't look right. And I was like, I'm just gonna keep walking. And I looked again and I just see this head bobbing and he's just cruising down the street and I just see this head. And I was like, yeah, let me pick up my
he
I
probably
can't be a witness.
he probably would have yelled that. Come here, Ian. Don't you want to
Listen,
party?
I had been, I've been approached. Mm, hey, little girl, want to ride? Now, mind you, I'm in my 20s, and I'm just like, stranger danger.
Mm,
Not gonna get me on the strip.
yeah, that's mm, man. I cut it. I'm still tripping because he had to be high on
I mean,
something.
he was, and like between psychosis and drugs, but clearly it didn't immobilize him because he was functioning and could, you know, yeah, and he was
You
alert.
know, back in well, you don't know, but back in the days when wearing boxers, you don't talk good. You might get zipped, and that don't feel good. So I'm just saying, I don't know how he can chop chop and still be functional. I couldn't do it.
Right? Like, I mean, yeah, it just
You have people walking up
my
and down.
bad.
Okay,
The
good.
volume was loud on that one. My bad. I'm still looking for that thing, but it took me to like the actual. Looks like the whole movie.
Mm, don't want to do that one. Not on
Yeah, because
there.
yeah, no, because I was like, whoop, 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 whoop.
What are you talking about?
Almost dropped my phone.
He for sure won't forget 2021. Are the see Marcella said,
Listen, we're gonna be in the history. Like these years are gonna end up in the history books.
"Oh,
Like
it is
all of it. Like we're living the 5 chapters worth of history materials. But of course, they
exactly
won't do. They will X out Black Lives Matters because that's illegal now, I guess.
thanks to Greg. At least in Texas, it is, and
Yeah.
several other Republican-ran state. But that's why Greg Abbott getting ready to lose his job next year. Um, so we're gonna talk about something real quick. We're gonna do another segment after this, and for we could get that last story out that we wanted to talk about. Um, but it came out today that the DA for Ahmaud Arbery is let me get this one off my page. Came out that the DA for Ahmaud Arbery has been investigated in possible charge for not charging the suspect in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, or covering up for them, that she been indicted on charges. And also, a picture came out. A picture came out with her and one of the suspects. That's why we need to continue to speak out about injustice. Because the thing is, if it wasn't from the protests, um, and many of people talking about it, this would have been swept under the rug. And people say, what the protests do? Well, it pulled the covers off of certain things. And that's what's happening with this case. Because she knew exactly what they done. Jackie Johnson is her name. She knew exactly what she done and know that um, she was wrong. She was wrong. So um, so that's the way our justice system has to work. We have to do whatever we can, regardless of whatever laws they try to make it harder for us to protest, try to make it harder for us to vote. We, as the people, have to take a stand and say, I don't give a damn what they try to do. I'm going to do what I have to do and get out and vote because we don't need prosecutors like this in a place that can either make a decision to either charge or not charge a person based up on the color of their skin and the relationship that they have with them. So I hope she get every damn thing she should get. Matter of fact, she should be sitting on trial with them, even though she wasn't there at the time of the murder. But once again, it may come out. I don't know. May come out that he talked with her about what was going on beforehand, and it may even come out it could have been premeditated. I don't know, but still, she was wrong. She did not serve that community right, and I personally feel like they need to go back and investigate other cases that she made a decision on, as well as the guy that was the police officer have made arrest on. They need to investigate all of that because we may find a lot more injustice in that legal system itself. It's no way she should have had her hands in it. She knew that man personally. What she should have did was excuse herself and put someone else in there to make the decision. But instead, she's trying to help out her homeboy. And that's why she lost that job. And hopefully she finna do a little time too. You know, Big Bertha be waiting on you. She need
Somebody
her
got to
break.
clean her big old dun-duns.
Then she need her hair braided too. So,
Big Bertha don't have hair. She very butch. She got that high and tight,
oh, oh, okay. Um,
and that nice fade on the side.
okay, I didn't know that. Um, Radio said the judge also ruled Lamar prior action with the police can't be used in the trial. I didn't know that. So that's good to know. For the simple fact, it's amazing. As soon as injustice happen, the first thing they do is pull up the victim record. How about pulling up these folks that's doing injustice record? Pull up their record first.
They be
Oh,
pulling all the way up down to juvenile records. Oh, he was shoplifting when he was 12. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, like they just so random. Like they would do anything to paint people as a villain and as a hardened criminal when they're the ones that did the wrong. It's like, no, you're the villain, sir. Excuse you.
and then on top of that, oh wow. Uh, so not only that, they also um, blame the victim. What the victim died of right then and there had nothing to do with the reason why they died.
or what they done in the past had nothing to do with the injustice that they received at that time. I know we actually talked about doing some another show, which we're still finding out information on it. So we haven't put that to the side. So it's gonna take us a little bit longer than what we thought. We can make sure we have all the facts together. And so we will be doing that show here in the near future, and we will talk about it. And we brought it up on the show before. Um, Brought it up on the show when it happened back in February. So we're gonna do an update on it because a lot of new information have came out. So we need to find out what's what. And so before we just bring it out, talk about it, we need to make sure we have everything in order for we can report it accurately. Um, so I'm glad that they did find this piece of a DA. Uh, they found there, indicted her, and hopefully she stand trial, um, and be able to hold her accountable. Don't take your foot off the gas yet. It's a lot more work we have to do, and whatever we have to do to get these people in order or get them out of office, we need to come together as people because any decision they make, it affect each and every one of us. Um, so that's gonna be something we got to keep an eye on. Which that trial probably gonna be postponed. We don't know for sure due to the fact that COVID is pretty high in that area. Um, so so we'll have to. I'm sorry, I'm doing multi things at the time, so we're trying to make sure we on one accord. Um, um, so so yeah, that's what we're doing now. But you are listening to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. Who You With, Kurt Dog. With Miss Risky is in the house. Uh, okay, I see real estate is life. Came to the show. Welcome to the show. First time seeing you on the show. Please take the time to like, share, subscribe. We are live, and you can live chat with us just like you just did, and we can display your message. But there are a couple of house rules you need to follow. One, be respectful. Two, come with facts. No conspiracy theory. So definitely you can chat live with us. Um, I believe they did. I believe they did repeal it. Radio said, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think Georgia repealed their citizen arrest law after this. I believe they did change it immediately, which they should have. Um, because some people feel like they can make a citizen arrest and
Well,
find
and that's
themselves
fine if
in
they do, but they take it way overboard. Like, you
exactly.
don't have the right to apprehend and, like, or shoot somebody because you think they may have committed a crime. If you see somebody beating somebody, yeah, you can go in and help and intervene and hold them down until the law gets there.
You're not
You can't
above
take
the
a life.
law. Exactly. Uh, Once again, you are listening to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. Who You With, Kurt Dog. If you haven't taken the time to like and share, um, the page, definitely take the time to do it. Um, and click the notification for whenever we do go live. You can always join us live on the show. You can live chat with us. And if you feel like it, you can always call in during the live show only. But please, another rule we have when you call in, please do not block your number. Don't block your number at all. It's I'm not gonna call you back. I'm too busy, but I don't answer unknown numbers. Uh, not unless it's during the
I'll call
show.
him. Who this?
It'd be
Yeah.
like, what you want?
The
What?
Big Bertha. Who this? This
Who
Trick
this?
Daddy.
Who
You know
this?
what I want.
You gonna toss my salad?
I got some jelly packets.
I got some Jack in the Box jelly. Man,
Yeah, went all the way to the IHOP. Got that syrup.
not the butter pecan syrup.
No, the little packets.
Oh,
Like if you do the to go, they give you little syrup packet thingies. And like,
well, I could heat them up, run them up under some warm water, make them warm for you.
just
Shout
run
out,
away to
shout
IHOP
out,
for me.
shout out to Trick Daddy.
Yeah,
um,
get it, dude. However you can. Yeah.
I ain't mad at you. Do you? So we're going into the Nets. Yes, my mind I went blank. The don't blame me. Blame that early morning. Oh, radio talking about she keep them in their purse. So the next story we're actually going to talk about. Someone actually came into the chat earlier this week, and they was like, "Hey, do you know the statistic of the trans violence in America?" And I'm like, "Hey, I don't know right offhand, but we would we will pull it up, do our research on it." So Miss Risky and I have done that, and I pulled it up that night, and that was Monday night because I talked with you on Tuesday, and so we talked about it, and um, it's
Now,
disturbing.
yeah.
Go ahead, Miss Risky.
Well, one of the this one comes from Out magazine. There have been 29 trans Americans killed in 2021. Um, well, that's the headline, but they said in 2020 it was a historically deadly for the transgender community. A record of 45 trans people were violently killed last year, which eclipsed the previous high of 31 in 2017. And they stated that mostly the transgender women of color were disproportionately impacted by the violence. The true number of victims will never be known because a lot of them, these incidences go unreported or are misgendered in death. Um, and so in 2021, they're stating that it's proving to be even more deadly with a lot of the killings of like Thomas Harden, Haven A. Bailey. Harding was 35, a black transgender woman that was shot and killed in South Carolina on May 2nd by a man suspected of multiple other killings. Haven A. Bailey, 25, a transgendered man, was shot and killed by police in Illinois in early morning hours on May 24th when he allegedly pointed a pellet gun at the officers despite repeated requests to disarm. There are lots of other killings and murders that's noted on these in this article. Um, this one, Tiana Davarea Alexander, 28, black transgendered woman, was shot in the head while walking with a friend in Chicago early morning of Wednesday, January 6th. She was pronounced dead at the scene, and her friend, 31-year-old Brandon Gowdy, was shot in the arm and was later pronounced dead at a local hospital. So let's see. Samuel Edmund Damien, a Latinx transgendered man, was found dead in Puerto Rico January 9th. They said his body was riddled with bullets, and he was left in the middle of a dimly lit highway where he was run over by unsuspected drivers. Um, yeah, they said he suffered so many gunshots, like it was just on multiple parts of his body, suggesting that it was a rage killing. So there's a lot of these stories, and like they stated, a lot of them are black or brown, transgendered individuals, um, and it seems like most of their deaths are due to a shooting. This one is one of the stories. Adeline Evans, 24, a black transgender woman, was found dead in Port Arthur, Texas, March 18th. Um, Police discovered her remains in a canal, but they've released very few details about her death, and is still being investigated by homicide. And it even notes that Evans was misgendered and dead named in initial reports on the incident. Let's see. Let's scroll to the bottom and see if there. Because I know there were. I thought there was some. Weren't there some more that happened like this month or last month?
Yeah, here in Dallas, Miss Coco was a transgender woman of color killed in Dallas. Uh, they actually just had a memorial for her. She was actually part of the homeless camp here in Dallas. Very known. Uh, they interviewed a couple of people, and they said she always had a good spirit and very known very well in that community. And she was just killed. Um, I want to say it was either it was actually last month because we're in September now, so it was last month. Um, so it's still killings happening, which I know we did a show on it. I believe it was earlier this year when it was like in a 2 or 3 week span, it was several
Yeah.
killings of a transgender here in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Or some
something.
sort of assault in that community, and it was pretty much in the same kind of area of Dallas, like the Oak Lawn and
East
surrounding
Dallas,
areas. Hmm.
East Dallas, Oak Cliff, and so it's definitely still going on. They and I also pulled up that in murdered, suffocated, and burnt alive 350 transgender people killed in 2020. Now that's not just in the U.S. That's nationwide. So uh, so it's a lot of people that actually, um, a lot of country, and I'm gonna see if I can find one that is. Oh, the majority of the murders happen in Central and South America, totaling 287 killing. Like last year, the most death in a single country happened in Brazil, totaling 43% of global death, 152 people.
Oh, and there's another one. This one took place August 23rd of this year in Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yes, I
Um,
seen that one too.
Sue Johnson, 25-year-old black transgender woman, fatally shot.
Yeah, that's the
And they stated that
my picture not
Johnson's
gonna
death
show.
is at
Yeah.
least the 35th violent death of transgender or gender nonconforming persons of 2021.
Yes. Um, and then there was another one I thought I sent you to. It was in up. Oh, here it is. In Cleveland. Uh, Tara Marie Lewis, a black transgender woman killed in Cleveland. Now, the crazy thing about these on Tara Marie Lewis, they had a memorial for her on August 6th. Miss Coco was um oh, that's not her. Um it was just it was like each one was a week apart. Um Miss Coco was August 12th, and she was originally from she was from from Kansas City. So they did a memorial here for her in Dallas, but she was originally from Kansas City. And then August 31st of this year, the young lady in Streetport, Pooh Johnson. So I'm if you don't like a person because of what they choose to their sexuality, that's
or the
fine.
life
Just
they
walk
choose to live.
or the
That
life
is
they
their
choose to live.
prerogative.
Just leave them alone. You don't have to deal with them. That's the choice that we have. You don't have to stay there and say, "Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that." Leave.
Right. I mean, and even if you feel compelled to make your comment and walk away.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, that's their life.
And it does not affect you in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly. Just kind of like how we talked about the Roe versus Wade and the Texas law, abortion law, stuff like that. It's a woman right to control what happened with their body. It's not up for us to make a decision for her, but at the same time, when you see a a, um, a gay person or a lesbian, a transgender, that's their body, that's their life. It's up to them to make a decision on what they want to do, and you don't have no rights to try to
Force them
get
to
them
live
to be
another
what
way.
you, yeah, to be what you want to be. I want to say it was a couple of months ago we did a story where a young child was beaten by either two or three adults that's supposed to be his protector. But in the times that we live in today, they go and put it on social media why they do this. It was two females and a guy. They put it on social media why they beat this child because of his sexuality. People got to start understanding we're in different times now. It's a lot more people coming out saying that they're gay. It's still some that you can see the direction they are, but they still afraid to announce it because of stuff like this. When you have people to come out that is open about it, you have someone that is mad about it and do things like this.
And that one thing I wish people would stop doing is quoting Bible scriptures to validate the abuse and the hatred, because nowhere does it say that you have the right to put hands on people because they don't believe what you believe.
Exactly. And not only
You're no
that,
one judge and jury,
if you
and y'all ain't it.
and if you're gonna quote the Bible, do it right.
Well,
Because
and live it.
exactly, because the thing is, the greatest command of all is love. Love your neighbors.
Right.
But at the same time,
Preach the word and keep it moving.
it also talk about following the law of the land. A lot of people have problem with same-sex marriage. Why? It's the law of the land. That's what our lawmakers have made law. You can't get upset about it. These so-called Christians and upset about it. I'm like, hey, I don't care. I have family members that are gay. I have some that are transgenders. But guess what? I still love them the same way.
Right.
I have friends that are gay. It don't bother me.
And it be
That's
those
their life.
same Christian men who be protesting so much to be doing the most scandalous stuff. Got a whole wife and be tapping their foot in the stall of the bathroom. I'm just saying, you got the nerve to try
Allegedly,
to.
TC.
I didn't say who. I'm just saying that's what was going on because they got it on the record.
I'm just
That's what
saying.
they were doing, tapping their foot, signaling.
Hey, be happy
Yeah,
about it. Live your life.
yeah. Live your
Do
truth.
you.
Live the best life you can. Be the best version of yourself you can be. Treat others with respect and vice, and respect those.
Exactly.
Like that's it.
And
Like
and
you give what you put out, and you receive what you put out.
exactly. I'm like, hey, I don't care. That's your lifestyle. Now, as long as you're not trying to force me into it, I don't have a problem. We can hang out, chill, do whatever. But
You make it sound like
you
it's like a coat. Like, hey, come on over, drink the Kool Aid, and have this jelly. It don't work like that.
say I was trying to keep you from going that route again.
It
Um,
don't work like that. Like,
but
listen, because I remember hanging out with my friends at the gay bars. Gay dudes always buying me drinks, we kiki, having fun. Then we go to Sue Ellen's, which is a lesbian bar, and not one of them broads bought me a drink. And so I was telling my sister, and she's like, what if somebody did buy you a drink and they were all up on you? It's like, I'll treat them the same way I treat them men. Like, I flirt and do whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm going home alone. That ain't
thought
my
it was
life.
no
But I
drink
will
she
have fun and take some drinks and have some fun. That's it. I flirt with anybody. I don't care.
I'm like this. Hey,
But you got to be, respectful. Like if a man pushes up too aggressively, I will shoo him away. If a woman, approaches me aggressively, I will shoo her away. It goes
there you
both
go.
ways.
Have to. The reality is their lifestyle.
Right.
It's a new day. It's not like the 1940s, 30s. I'm going backwards like I've been drinking. Not like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It's a new lifestyle. You know, we're going to see this all the time. It's displayed everywhere. And you never know. That may be the season they in right now. It doesn't mean they always going to be in it. Love them either way. You don't want to burn bridges with family members and friends because they choose a different lifestyle than you. I'm like, hey, but Miss Risky, I know we've been on a long time tonight. I'm gonna hear about it once we get off the air. So,
Nuh-uh, because I'm going straight to bed.
yeah. um, but I do want to thank everyone. I tried to respond to everyone message on Facebook. Uh, thank everyone for the anniversary wishes. Once again, my beautiful wife, I love you. 14 years in, and a whole 100 more, 150 more, another 1,000 more. I'll be good. But either way, I appreciate everyone that sent the message. Call, text, whatever you did. I appreciate it. And radio, I did see your message pop up last night. Said happy anniversary from Canada. So I do appreciate that. And Miss Risky, let my tongue is all tied up today.
Hmm.
Let the people know where they can find you at.
All over social media, RSKEE. I have a few things on TikTok, but I live on Instagram. You can send me messages or memes because I'm the queen of memes. Um, Also, rskeebooks.com. You can see my works, so it can be seen on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And if you want to send a message, or if you have some history you want me to look up, rskee at yahoo.com.
Yes, and y'all need to check out Miss Frisky on Instagram. Look, just don't be going to look at the videos. Don't like, don't follow her or anything like that. Um, so definitely reach out to her. Follow her on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. It don't be one of those stalkers that like 1,000 pictures in 30 minutes. Um, Marcellus. But yeah, so definitely support Miss Risky. And also, you can find me by email. I was gonna
Find
say on
him at
social.
Cell Block D.
I was gonna say, if you send me a message, I would always respond back. Um, I will respond back. Sometime it may be kind of short, but once I get in a position where I can really respond back in detail, I will do it. So you can always send messages on any one of the platform, Instagram, Facebook. Uh, Even continue to leave good comments on YouTube. Um, Unlike the food from last night. Um, you can or this morning, last night, or something. But anyway, I could not respond to that one because I guess YouTube said this fool is finna get it. So we're gonna make sure Kurt Dog cannot respond back to this one. And they blocked the message. So lucky for them, because I had some things. Every time I try to click on it, I said maybe it'll let me on it now. Every time I try to click on it, it'll come up. Uh, Please be courtesy or something, and I couldn't respond to the food. I wanted to. I really wanted to, and I almost been petty and went to their Twitter page and left a message. I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. So, but you can always email me at whoyouwithkurtdog@mail.com. If it's something that you need for us to talk about, our number is always strolling across the top. You can text that number, but I will let you know if you call me and we're not doing a show, I would not answer that number. But you can always leave a message. I get it. And if I need to call you back, I will. But I get too many spam calls, bottom line. And I'm still waiting for them. Every day I get about two or three texts saying that I won a lotto, won
Mhm.
a reward from USPS, won a reward from Walmart. Just click on this link and you won. I'm like, fool, please. So, um, so definitely, bottom line, what I'm saying, do not call me if we're not on the show. But if it's something you need for us to talk about, just shoot me a text and I will return your phone call. Um, Other than that, I guess we're good for the night, Miss Risky. What you think?
Yep.
You have you working on anything that you want to share? Or no?
Not
Yes.
yet.
Okay.
But still working on projects, getting some things, trying to put feelers out.
Make some things happen. So,
Mhm.
and y'all gonna be excited about some of the things that we're coming up with. So y'all need to tune in. It's gonna be some fun things. So other than that, you have been listening to Speak on It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I am Who You With Kurt Dog until Sunday night. If the good Lord say the same, I will see you then. Peace.